Okay, today we're working on the pegs on this J.A. Baader German Lions head violin. We smoothed out the fingerboard yesterday, fit a nut, nice and shiny. We'll cut the grooves afterwards. And we'll get the strings on to make sure we get the right spacing. And as you can see, I've already fit 3 of these pegs. We used the reamer to make sure they're the modern taper, mainly making the smaller hole bigger. The large hole we try to keep just the way it is as far as reaming it out to that size. And we also had to carve out some of the bottom of the peg box here because these holes were so big the strings were rubbing on the back. So we'll get this all sealed up and recolored after we're done. And of course we'll have to trim the pegs and drill holes. When you put new pegs, we like to get them about a ½ inch to the collar. And we were able to luckily find some really thick, heavy viola pegs, quite robust. So they will fit without having to fill the holes and re-drill them. So it takes a lot of cutting on the shaping on the pegs. And unless you have really strong thumbs and fingers, it wears you out after a while. So there's a couple tools that they have for that. There's one also German made, that holds the peg so you can turn it with your whole hand instead of just your fingers. And dump that out. It also helps to put a little bit of water, just a bit of water on it, so it raises the grain, gives it some lubrication, makes it easier to cut. We've got a lot of wood to remove, and there's no other way to do it, although commercially they have machines that will put that taper in. But when you're refitting to an old instrument, you have to be careful to get it just right. Now we've already tested those other 3 pegs, so we know we have to go all the way down on this first size, and then we go to the next size. And every once in a while we'll test it out just to make sure, but see, we got a long ways to go to get down to a ½ inch. So we'll keep fitting the peg here. And by the way, these tools are not inexpensive, but you could make your own out of a block of wood like this. And you just cut some grooves in it, holes, so it'll fit your peg. There you go. Cuts well. And according to the other pegs, we should have to go all the way down to the collar on this one for it to fit properly. But just to make sure, we'll keep checking. Yep, we got a ways to go. So once we finish this, we'll do some more work on the varnish, which you did a little bit yesterday, added some color and cleaned it up a bit. And that'll probably be the next time we show this video, will be when we get the bridge fit and the tailpiece and string it up. And you can see the final result. And let's see how we're doing now. Yeah, getting close. Yep, we should have to go right up to the collar, then it'll be just right. And when you get close to the collar, well, it's getting tight. I like to move back to the previous one to get that little bit at the edge. You gotta do it carefully so you don't cut into the collar. Yeah, then we can go back to the other side, to the next size. A little bit more water. Probably 5 or 6 more turns and it'll be just right. Yeah, it looks pretty close. Yeah, it's slightly over 1/2 inch. But when we put the pig compound in, that will probably go in a little further. And we'll also turn this reamer backwards a little bit to burnish it, make sure it's nice and smooth. It's not cutting, it's just compressing the wood, which is better to make it nice and smooth. Yeah, that put it in another 32nd of an inch. Just about right. So, check in with us next time, and thanks for watching.